A few years ago, a couple of my friends got big into this racing sport I never heard of. I always scoffed at racing as dumb and for Southerners. Eventually, I asked them for some suggestions on what to watch on Netflix for a long flight, and they recommended Drive to Survive. I was hesitant. Watch a show about Formula One? A thing I had never heard of? My iPad had only so much storage on it, so if I downloaded the show and didn't like it, I'd be screwed. But I took the risk, and I'm so happy I did. This is not a video about a reality TV show or about me, but rather my second favorite sport, Formula One, and why you should watch it and some tips on what it's all about. Motorsports live in this weird world in society. If there is a self proclaimed sport head, they probably could tell you about and hold a conversation about the NFL, NBA, MLB, and probably even NHL or maybe soccer. But weirdly, they could not do the same for with motorsports. In America, at least, most people have heard of and understand the concept of NASCAR, but that's basically it. That's how I was not too long ago. But I want to fix that for you, so here's my attempt to solve that. Formula One is the top motorsport competition in the world, which is already a surprise to some. Most American fans watch NASCAR or IndyCar and don't really watch F1, but that would be like US soccer fans only watching MLS and not the Premier League, which I think would be weird. It's not a perfect translation, but generally F1 is where the best drivers go to race the fastest cars around a track. There are 10 teams for now. Each team has 2 drivers, so 20 drivers compete in over 20 races around the world. This includes permanent racetracks that are made specifically for racing or street circuits that use already built streets with some modifications, most famously Monaco, which you might have heard of, appearing in Iron Man 2 and is the prize jewel of the F1 calendar. Although some street circuits are seen by true fans as a little boring since the racing is normally not as good as a traditional track. You might be a little confused when I said 10 teams though, but yes, there are teams including Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, and McLaren. And the team competition is the true competition called the Constructors' Championship, where the teams are competing for prize money, but most people care about the Drivers' Championship, which is the individual awards for the drivers who get the most points. In each race, the top 10 finishers get points, with first place getting 25 points for themselves and their team, while 10th gets 1 point for themselves and their team. So basically, get into the top 10. Why now, you might be asking? Well, I believe now is the perfect time to get into Formula One, especially for Americans. Drive to Survive, the show I was talking about, hooked a lot of new people into the sport, including and especially Americans like myself. F1 knows this and is now for the upcoming season will hold 3 races in the United States, including Austin, Miami, which got included last year, and Las Vegas, which will see its debut year. You might have also seen commercials and stuff with F1 and probably didn't even recognize it, but they are definitely making an American push. So in a few years' time, more and more people you will know will watch the sport. Not to mention, 2 years ago, F1 had what many consider to be its greatest season ever, and while last year was definitely not on track, there was so much drama off track, and this year it seems like the on track stuff will be a lot better and more fun than last year. So if you're interested, and while many hardcore fans might kill me for saying this, I would go start watching Drive to Survive. In the meantime, I'm going to try to make a video about the lore of F1 and the storylines going into the season, which starts on March 5th. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.